Welcome back to All Around the Town. I'm really pleased to have as my guest the Cantastic Four. And you wonder, who are the Cantastic Four? Well, they're Gord Lay, Steve Allen, Brad West, and Gord Treasure. And they are going to do the toughest bicycle race across America. So they call it Race Across America, and we're going to talk to them today about that because they've just announced it at today's United Way breakfast. So, Steve, let's start with you. Why did you choose to participate in this race?
I think about a year ago, Gord and I had just finished a race in Europe, and we were looking for the next challenge. And I sort of said as a joke to Gord, you know, maybe we should do Race Across America. And he took me a little bit seriously, and then somehow it snowballed into this.
Oh, that's amazing. Brad, why did you want to participate in this race?
Well, we always like to have, we've been cycling for a number of years, and always like to have a goal out in front of us, a race, or we've done some traveling with cycling before, so this is just an extension of that, and wanted to continue on with that.
How about you, Gord?
Nice to have a goal.
Yeah, so I'm the newest member of the Cantastic Four, and also the least experienced cyclist, I think, of the group. So, but it's something that I've always dreamt about doing. I've always wanted to bike across Canada, for instance, and when these guys asked me to whether I wanted to do the Race Across America, I was all in.
You were all in.
Yeah.
So Gord, let's pass that mic over to Gord.
Well, what Steve said and Brad said is true. It's an extension of some of the other things that we've done, but I think it captures all of our passions. We have a crew of 12, so we're going to be crewed with family and friends. Our passion is cycling, and I think our passion is giving back to the community, and I think this is just another wonderful venue to do that. So,
well, when you think back, you know, there's been a tradition with the United Way, and it started in 1999 for a variety of different events that have raised money for the United Way. It started with three guys that canoed across the lake, Bill Mabus, Paul Caldwell, and Jim Edwards, and that was for the 40th anniversary of the United Way. And here they're celebrating their 50th anniversary, and you're going to do this amazing race across America. And certainly from 1999, there was lots of events that happened, and Gord, you participated in a few of those. The three-legged race, the water ski across the lake was one of the other ones, and rollerblading from Toronto to Coburg. So this is quite the race because, you know, in looking at this race, you're going all the way from Oceanside, California to Annapolis, Maryland. So
that's right.
That's like 5,000 kilometers, I believe. Is that right?
That's exactly right.
And you're hoping to raise, the United Way has set a goal for this event to raise $50,000 for them. So people can pledge and support that, and we'll definitely put that up on our screen so people can find a way to do that. So let's say, have any of you done anything like this before?
I don't think there really is anything like this. So no, we haven't done anything quite to this magnitude. We've done some big races and some 7-day events, but nothing that's continuous, that's 24 hours, and has such a distance and also the elevation and climbing involved. So it's a really tough event that we've been getting ready for quite a while, but it's impossible to be fully ready for it.
Right. So Brad, do you want to talk a little bit about the training that's been happening and how you've been doing that, and how many kilometers you hope to ride before you go?
Our training actually started last October. The four of us participate in a fun group called the Pain Cave, and we ride together together with a coach in his basement, 3 to 4 days a week. We've been training through the whole winter, so and now we're just starting to get back outside now that the weather started to improve. So we've got, I think, about 60 days to go between now and race time. So. We'll be ramping up the training between now and then, and certainly doing a lot more outdoor riding, hopefully, if the weather cooperates.
And you're going to be doing some trials before you go, right? You're going to hope to.
Yep.
So maybe we could talk a little bit about that. Maybe Gord.
Sure. So actually, tomorrow night, we're going to go out and do a 24-hour training ride, where we're going to ride as we're planning on doing down in Race Across America, and just see what it's like. So we're starting around 6 or 7 p.m. last night, or tomorrow night, and then going to go to Friday the same time. And that's one plan, and then we're planning a 36-hour training ride in May.
so busy
Yes.
training.
Yes.
So is there any particular destination along the way that you're, along the journey, you're most excited about to see as a team or do as a team?
I don't know if I can speak on behalf of the whole team, but Arizona is going to be beautiful. It's going to be hot, riding through the desert. Believe it or not, I'm looking forward to riding through Kansas, not because of all the corn, but because it's going to be flat, and hopefully we're going to have the wind behind us. But I think there's going to be some spectacular opportunities to see America. We're going through the Rockies. We're going through the Appalachians. I think it's just going to be a spectacular ride right across the country.
I guess the one thing too for people to understand, this is a relay, but it's not like the Tour de France where you go so far and you have different, what do they call that? Different cycles or different legs of the race, stages of the race. This one, once you start, you don't stop until you get to the other end.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's a really continuous relay.
It is.
Which is, we did one of those around the lake, but it's not quite the same
No.
as that for the United Way. So, how important is it for you all to be giving back to the community here?
I think that's a really big part of it. When we first came up with this idea, it was something that we wanted to do. But as the idea progressed, we realized what a great fit it would be with the United Way. So it was an opportunity to really meld those two things together, do something good for the community, do something that's great for ourselves, and have a lot of fun together. So really, it was the best of both worlds.
Well, thanks very much for being here today and being a part of this, little interview to talk about what you're going to do. I really thank you for supporting the United Way. As you know, it's a big passion of mine, and really appreciate that. So good luck, and we'll get some updates along the way.
Great.